Hi, second grade. Today we're working on Skills, Unit 5, Lesson number 6. For our learning targets, what will we accomplish by the end of our time together for Skills? We will talk about alphabetizing our new spelling words. We will be practicing reading words with different spellings for the I, and E spellings. And we will identify subject and predicate in sentences. Subject and predicate is something new that we'll be working on. Because it is the beginning of a new 5-day cycle, we have a new list of spelling words this week. These are words that you should be practicing at home. They're in your workbook, but they will be up here as well. I would like you to repeat the words after me. Number 1, night. Number 2, might. Number 3, high. Number 4, right. Number 5, frightened. Number 6, light. Number 7, bright. Number 8, I don't know where number 8 is. Number 9, pry. Number 10, why. Number 11, nearby. Number 12, trying. Number 13, sky. Number 14, drying. And number 15, our tricky word this week is kingdom. Notice that words 1 through 14 all make the I sound. Our first half of them use IGH to make that I sound, and the second half use the letter Y to make the I sound. Last week you practiced placing words in alphabetic order, and we do this by matching the first letter of the word to the alphabet letters on the board. So I would look at my words and ask myself, do any of them start with the letter A? That would go first. Then, do any of them start with the letter B? Those would go second, and so on and so forth. When you think of alphabetical order, you can think of the alphabet song. And something that's helpful for me is to write the alphabet down the left side of my page, and I can check off each letter at a time. Sometimes I sing the alphabet song inside my head to help me remember also. The reason why we use alphabetic order is because it's easier to find certain things when they're in alphabetical order. For example, DVDs in a store are in alphabetic order by title, and books in a bookstore are in alphabetic order either by author or by title. It helps us to find them so that we're not searching all over the place to find what we need to. On the back side of your spelling sheet in your workbook, you are going to be practicing placing your words in alphabetical order, just like you did last week. Okay? Today's spellings that we're going to focus in on, we're going to talk about all the spellings for the I, and E sounds, and other past spellings that we've talked about. Okay? This is a vowel sound. It's traced in green because vowel sounds let air out and green means go. This sound is Even though it's the spelling O, the sound is and this word says sun. Example words, money and color. Use the letter O to say This sound card, also a vowel sound, which is why it's green, is O consonant E that makes the sound For example, the word come. Come uses O consonant E to say Glove and done use O consonant E to say This sound card, also a vowel sound, uses the letters OU to say Sometimes OU will make the sound, like in the word touch. The word country and the word young also use OU to say And this sound card, also a vowel card, which is why it's green. Remember, green means go, and the air comes out our mouths when we're making vowel sounds. The IE spelling on this card makes the E sound. I want you to say E. For example, cookie. These two words use IE to make the E sound too. E-erse, fierce, and E old field. Fierce and field use IE to say E. This vowel sound says I, and it uses the IE to make the I sound. For example, the word tie. The word pie and the word flies also use IE to make the I sound. We're going to practice reading some of these words. I want you to repeat the words after me. Chief. IE makes the E sound here. Chief. Thief. Cookie. Stories. Field. Sense. Gem. Since. Glove. Ton. Monkey. Firefly. Touch. Golf. Mother. Honey. Other. Dozen. Nothing. Southern. All right, last piece of our lesson for today is very important, and it's something that we haven't talked about before. Today we're going to learn about how the different parts of speech that we already learned, we learned nouns, verbs, and adjectives, can be combined to create sentences. Now up here we have our young man holding the word that says subject. I want you to say subject. And we have our young lady holding the word that says predicate. I want you to say predicate. We're going to learn how subjects and predicates make up sentences today. This sentence says, the brown dog barked loudly. What comes at the beginning of a sentence? What comes at the end of a sentence? A capital letter comes at the beginning of a sentence, and a period or a final punctuation mark would come at the end. What part of speech is dog? Is a dog a noun, a verb, or an adjective? A dog is a noun because a dog is a thing. What part of speech is brown? Is brown a noun, a verb, or an adjective? Remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing. A verb is an action word or something that you do. And an adjective is a word that describes a noun. Brown is an adjective because it describes the noun dog. What kind of dog? A brown dog. Every sentence is going to express a complete thought in order for it to be a complete sentence. In order for it to be a complete thought, it must have two parts. It has to have a subject and it has to have a predicate. You might be thinking, what is a subject and predicate? You have already been using subjects and predicates. You just didn't know that's what they were. So the first word says subject. Repeat after me, subject. Second word says predicate. Repeat after me, predicate. Good. The subject includes the different parts of speech telling who or what the sentence is about. If I take the sentence, the brown dog barked loudly, and I said, who is that sentence about? What is that sentence about? You would say, well, Miss Perrier, it's about the brown dog, right? That's the subject of the sentence. It tells me who or what the sentence is about. The sentence is about the brown dog. The subject often contains a noun. In this case, the noun that we're looking at is the dog. So our subject is the brown dog. Notice it's not just one word like our part of speech. It's the phrase, the brown dog. Who's the sentence about? It's about the brown dog. The subject can also contain some other words. The subject of this sentence contains the word brown, which is an adjective, as well as the word the. The other part of a complete sentence is the predicate. And the predicate describes what the sentence is or does, and the predicate always, always, always includes a verb. So let's think about that one more time. The predicate describes what the sentence is or does, and always includes a verb. What is the subject, brown dog, doing in our sentence? I know the subject is the brown dog. What's the brown dog doing? That's going to help me find my predicate. The dog is barking loudly. The predicate must always contain at least one verb. What's the verb in this predicate? Is it barked or loudly? The verb is barked. The predicate of this sentence also contains the word loudly. Okay? Which came first in this sentence? The subject or the predicate? Remember, the brown dog was our subject. Barked loudly was our predicate. The subject came first. Very good. The subject comes before the predicate in most English sentences, but not all of them. Most of the time, but not all the time. This sentence says, the blue fish swims in the bowl. Let's look for the noun, verb, and adjective. I know that fish is a noun, and I know that bowl is a noun. Those are both things. What kind of fish? That's my adjective. Blue is my adjective. My verb, something that it does. The word swims is an action word, so that's my verb. I have adjective is blue, my nouns are fish and bowl, and my verb is swims. Remember, my subject tells who or what the sentence is about. What is the subject? What's the sentence about? If I said, what is this sentence about? You would say, Miss Ferrier, the sentence is about the blue fish. So the subject for our sentence is the blue fish. When we look for the predicate, we ask ourselves, what is the subject doing? What is the blue fish doing? Remember also, a predicate always, always includes a verb. So it has to include swims because that's my only verb in this sentence. What is the blue fish doing? The blue fish swims in the bowl. So the predicate includes the verb swims. Bowl is a noun, but it is part of the predicate. There oftentimes are many nouns in sentences, and you can't always assume that the noun is part of the subject, okay? So when you're looking for the subject, don't just look for the nouns. Ask yourself what the sentence is about. We have this sentence, the bike rolled down the hill. When I ask myself, what's the subject? I say, what is this sentence about? I'm going to say, this sentence is about the bike. So my subject is the bike. My predicate, what did the subject do? My predicate would be rolled down the hill. A sentence has to have these parts. It must have a subject plus a predicate in order to equal a complete sentence. And most of the time your subject will come first. If I have just the subject, do I have a complete sentence? Shake your head yes or no. No, you need both the subject and the predicate. If I have just the predicate, do I have a complete sentence? Shake your head yes or no. No, you need both the subject and the predicate. What do I need in order to have a complete sentence? You need the subject and the predicate for a complete sentence. All right, fantastic work with new subjects and predicates today. We talked about alphabetizing. We took a look at our new spelling words. We practiced reading words for the I, and E sounds. And we introduced identifying the subject and predicate in sentences. That will continue to be practiced, but great job with the introduction with it today. Nice job.